right now. But don't worry, we're not smashing this one.
And tonight, the betting of the president continues as we bring you another edition of The Real Obama. Now, in this installment, we shine a spotlight on an executive order that the White House was hoping that you would never learn about. Now, the president signed the National Defense Resources Preparedness Executive Order late Friday afternoon. And since that time, now the measure has been virtually ignored by the mainstream media. Now, the order essentially gives the president of the United States absolute power over any and all American resources during both times of peace and national crisis. Now, this includes, but is not limited to, food and livestock, water, plants, energy, health resources, transportation, and construction materials, and gives the government the ability to, quote, control the general distribution of any material, including applicable services, in the civilian market. Now, White House Press Secretary Jay Carney laughed off a question about the document at today's briefing. Let's take a look.
There's been some online commentary suggesting this gives the executive branch power to allocate energy, food, water in either peacetime or wartime. And there are some conservative blogs that are pushing the notion that this suggests the White House is preparing for war with Iran. Can you explain what this executive order was?
Well, I cannot explain that reaction to it. I think it was a fairly standard and routine piece of business.
Now, not everybody's laughing about this executive order. In fact, some have suggested this would give the president of the United States the authority to declare basically martial law during times of peace. And to be sure, this is simply the latest string of actions taken by the administration that ignore the basic principles of our Constitution.
These are the 5 boroughs: Staten Island results, Manhattan results, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens. All of these votes are placed in a black box. This black box is unaccountable, untestable, privately run software from the 2 companies that you have hired to count our votes. So when the votes come out of this black box, they do not reflect the New York City or the national votes. In 22 primaries, the votes have shifted in 20 of them. The exit polling data in New York State shifted 12%. A shift of 2% is fraud, according to the U.S. State Department. So that's what we've seen across the country. 1 minute left. Richard Charnan, a mathematician, has been studying election data for years.
Directly into the mic. We can hear you.
Can you hear me? I'm glad you can hear me.
I'll cut it off.
So only the developers can see the software. Only the hired contractors can see the software. It's a completely untransparent process. This software is stealing votes. I have 30 seconds. All I can say is this country can't survive much more of your kind of democracy. Thank you.
One of those electronic voting dealies.
1 vote for McCain.
No, I want to vote for Obama.
2 votes for McCain.
Come on, it's time for a change.
3 votes for McCain.
Next year at this time, someone else will be standing here in this very spot, and it's anyone's guess who she will be.
The sound of silence.
I mean, that's just not something that you do to your comrade.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
Well, a child's happiness is priceless, right? Especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on their birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A
child's happiness is priceless, especially when it comes to their birthdays.
Absolutely. A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
Well, a child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
You know, a child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday. You like that?
Testament to her character, she agreed to serve our country as Secretary of State. And from the decision we made in the Situation Room to get bin Laden,
bollocks!
To our pursuit of diplomacy in capitals around the world, I have seen her judgment. I've seen her toughness.
We came, we saw, he died.
I've seen her commitment to our values up close.
Do you know what I hear a lot? They are clinging to the hope that the way they'll be able to deal with that is that at some point between now and the election, and they say this, that they will get to see Hillary Clinton in handcuffs.
Oh my
That there will
goodness.
be some kind of political perp walk.
That is not going to happen. There is not even the remotest chance that is going to happen.
Sanders said that, quote, the American people are sick and tired of hearing about your damn emails. But there are a lot of people who are not.
Well.
Including FBI officials.
She's got the courage, the compassion, and the heart to get the job done. Look, I know how hard this job can be. That's why I know Hillary will be so good at it.
Did you talk about vice presidential possibilities with Senator Warren?
You guys have got to try the cold chop.
I've had it.
I've said how much I admire Hillary's toughness, her smarts, her policy chops.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby. Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby. Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby. Did I say that right?
Yeah, say it right. Yeah, baby.
As you know, Spotlight is a film, a movie, about investigative journalists with the resources and the autonomy to chase down the truth and hold the powerful accountable. Best fantasy film since Star Wars.
And like try to escape. And the area was very, very narrow. It was very hard to get through, but we kept on pushing and trying to get, as many people as we could to safety. However, the gunshot started, a lot of people were trampled, and there was a guy there that was trying to prevent the door, like hold the door closed so that we didn't exit, and he would...
Janelle?
And welcome back to the show. I scream, you scream. You know the rest.
I scream, you scream, you know the rest.
I scream, you scream, you know the rest. I scream, you scream, you know the rest. I scream, you scream, you know the rest. I scream, you scream, well, you know the rest.
I scream, you scream, well, you know the rest. I scream, you scream, you know the rest.
Got it. I scream, you scream, you know the rest.
I scream, you scream, we all know the rest.
to escape. And the area was very, very narrow. It was very hard to get through, but we kept on pushing and trying to get, as many people as we could to safety. However, the gunshot started, a lot of people were trampled, and there was a guy there that was trying to prevent the door, like hold the door closed so that we didn't exit, and he would...
Janelle? Wow.
We're doing some training with people who work for a drug company who are being trained in how to deal with emergency situations, and they found this great big pile up on the motorway, and we're all bleeding and screaming and reacting in various ways to the fact that we're in this dreadful situation, and they have to react accordingly, and they have to find out what's wrong with us. They have to check sort of our medical priority and react to any emotional, psychological situations that are happening, and then at some stage, with some of us, our condition is going to deteriorate, and they have to make a decision about whether to get us out of the car and off into an ambulance, or whether we can be treated on the spot.
People hearing without listening.
You know the rest.
I scream, you scream, well, you know the rest.
I scream, you scream, you know the rest.
I scream, you scream, we all know the rest of it, right? I scream, you scream, well, you know the rest.
I scream, you scream, you know the rest. I scream, you scream, and you know the rest. I scream, you scream, you know the rest. I scream, you scream, well, you know the rest.
Well, I scream, you scream, well, I think you know the rest.
I scream, you scream, you know the rest.
I scream, you scream, and everybody knows the rest. I scream, you scream, well, you know the rest.
I scream, you scream, you know the rest.
I scream, you scream, and you know the rest.
I scream, you scream, you know the rest.
I don't find that funny. I find it scary.
I want to thank the Washington Press Corps. I want to thank Carol for all that you do. You know, the free press is central to our democracy, and nah, I'm just kidding.
Fool, said I, you do not know. Silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words that I might teach you. Take my arms that I might reach you.
And I am excited. The end of the Republic has never looked better. That's
fine. But my words, like silent raindrops, fell and echoed in the wells of silence. People bowed and prayed to the neon god they made, and the sign flashed out its warning, and the sign said the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls and tenement halls, and whispered in the sounds of silence.